welcome back to Between the Keys. On today's episode we have how to play Autumn Leaves, popular jazz standard. So if you're a beginner, this is a great place to start. Now, I learnt this song in university studying jazz, and I learnt it in G minor. I'm not sure if that's the original key. I think the original might be C minor, but since I learnt it in G minor and I still know it in G minor, I'm going to teach it to you in G minor. So here we go. The melody is as follows: G, A, B flat, E flat, and then F, A, F, G, A, D, down to E flat. It's the same pattern. That last one, D, E, F sharp, B flat. So again. Da, 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 da. Okay, with the chords. Now I'm going to do another lesson on chords. So if you're struggling with these voicings that I'm playing, because I'm not going to play C minor 7 like this. I'm going to play it like this. E flat major 7. And I'll come to that in my next video, but the reason I'm doing that is because I'm omitting the root. They're rootless voicings. The C would be in the bass player would play it, or the pianist would play it if you're doing a big arrangement. So, with the chords, that's my F7. Again, that's B flat major, and that's E flat major. These are just the voicings I use. That'll be in the next lesson, so stay tuned. Third line, A minor 7 flat 5, and that there, D7 flat 13, flat 13 being a D flat in D, and then the B section. That's how the B section starts. So after you go to finish on your G minor, you'd have now we're here in the B section, G minor 7, C, F, B flat to E flat, and then the last 8 bars. Or you can end it with as is written. So again, from the top, 1, 2, I want to those autumn leaves. Those chords there I change sometimes. So the G minor, this is the tricky part of the song because you've got 2 chords per bar. So you go G minor 7, G flat 7, F minor 7, E dominant 7. So as I just played there, you can play them as voicings that were normal, quote unquote, as in you've got the root in there with the G minor. I'm playing it with the G flat 7, I just play standard root position. But sometimes I will do rootless voicings and it'll sound like this. interesting. And again, on the D7 flat 13, sometimes I'll play that as just flat 9, sometimes with the flat 13, even with a regular 9, or with a sharp 9. So there's a few different options for you. Or even you can do a mix, you could go from the A. Anyway, after we get to the end of the head, you're going to want to do some improvising. So, those autumn leaves, ting, 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 ting. You got the drummer coming in there with the cymbals, hopefully, if you've got a drummer with you. If not, if you're on your own, you come straight in. So, ba-da-bum-bum, and then, so, solo. One thing you'll notice there that I did wrong is that I've only played the A once. So make sure you don't get lost in the form. Obviously the A goes twice, my mistake. So, ba 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 ba, 3, 4, ba ba ding 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 ding. I'm at the B section. So, what am I playing there? Well, I'm doing a mix of things. I have a few bad habits when improvising. One is relying on the blues scale a little bit too much, because we're in G minor. So I'll lean on that as a crutch. The other difficult part, as I mentioned earlier, was that G minor, G flat 7, F minor, E dominant 7. And what I'll often do there is something like this. Something like arpeggiated. It's like a cheap get me out of jail free card in Monopoly for improvising. I've played all kinds of things. So I guess it doesn't matter too much what you play there, but you don't want to be cheating too much. Obviously you're going to want to know your scales, your modes. Now, over C minor 7, C minor Dorian, so we're thinking we're in B flat really. We're starting on C. I do a lot of arpeggiated stuff when I'm soloing. That's another habit of mine. I'll play the F blues kind of thing. Pentatonic over the F7, but really I should be thinking B flat still. Well, not really, I should be. I'm just saying these are all options. So these are your modes. you know, your scales. F, B flat, E flat. I really like that. I think that's from a Bill Evans transcription. Anyway, B flat, E flat. You can play E flat Lydian there, so that you're still in B flat major. Or you can click the A flat in from the E flat major scale. The A half diminished. You can arpeggiate, I like to do that. For the D chord, flat 13. You can use B flat over these chords as well. But put the F sharp in on the D chord, of course. Unless you're going to play the F on top, then you could just still be in B flat. There's also D augmented. You want to know your scales. That wasn't the best. That's the preferred way of playing that. When you get done improvising, you want to go back to the head. I like to improvise a little with the main tune. Especially on the second time, or the last time. One other thing to mention though with the improv is that you could also play a walking bass line while you improvise. Now this is a little more difficult, and I'll have to angle the camera a little so that you can see my left hand. Let's move it over here. So, walking bass line. But will my chair be able to fit? Walking bass line whilst we improvise. Let me just check. You can still see. Okay, great. So in C. Again, I didn't do two A's, but just to show you how we would do it. So imagine if you was doing that now, or give that a go now, I should say. And if you want to give that a go whilst improvising, it's going to take time. So you want to keep your bass line simple to begin with while you're improvising. For example, about keeping it together there. But I'm a little bit of a funny angle, so let me move a little closer in and try that again. And I'm going to try and make the bass line a little bit more interesting and put it on Rhodes. And turn it up. But not that much. We've all got neighbours. Okay, here we go. A bit slower than that. Again. Okay, what a workout. And breathe. Back to piano. So you get there and you finish your chord, you finish your improvising, sorry. And back to the head. What's the last tune? Last 8 bars. Three-time tag. +1.